Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. We're going to talk about bringing mindfulness into the classroom. I think it's a great topic for the perfect time of year where we could really use some mindfulness. I know schools are super busy times this time of year. We all have a lot going on in our personal lives. And so I think this is a great topic to have for us tonight. So let us know in the chat where you're joining us from. I'm in Massachusetts. Angel, where are you joining us from?
Hi, everyone. I am currently in the windy shy
And
Chicago.
how about you, Courtney?
I am in South Carolina.
Nice. All right. Looks like we got some people in some cold weather too. New York, Connecticut, Long Island, Minnesota,
Oh, yeah.
Canada. Wow. And then we have some warm weather places. I'm feeling very jealous. All right. Well, thanks everyone for being here. We really appreciate it. All the way from India. That's amazing. All the way from Kuwait. Welcome. Angel and Courtney, I'll turn it over to you.
All
All
right.
right.
Well,
Thank you.
thanks so much. Welcome, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. As Kristen shared, today's session is called Bringing Mindfulness into the Classroom. So, if you've joined us earlier in this webinar series, we would like to welcome you back. If not, you'll have access to a full library of the recordings of all the sessions we've led so far as a team. And this is our final webinar in this series. So we hope that you enjoy everything we have in store for you. This webinar is brought to you by Fly5, a K-8 curriculum that empowers educators to teach the social, behavioral, and academic skills that students need to be successful in and out of the classroom. The skills and practices and strategies that we'll discuss today were developed as a part of this curriculum to really help to equip students with the abilities, the tools, the strategies that they need to navigate conflicts with confidence and ease, and to help educators to really facilitate a calm, positive, energetic, and connected classroom. And so at the end of this presentation, you will have an opportunity to learn more about our curriculum, and perhaps you'll be able to give it a try yourself. Many of our Fly 5 standards and skills really help to contribute to creating a positive, calm classroom where mindfulness can thrive. And so I want you to take a moment to look through some of those skills that you can see displayed on the slides now around assertiveness, empathy, and self-control. As you're reading those, I'll let you know that we have an upcoming 2026 revision of the Fly 5 curriculum where you will see some of these skills, but there are additional skills that have been added to target student well-being that will really help to further support educators in creating and cultivating those positive classroom climates.
Let's take a moment and look at our learning goals. So we are hoping that by the end of this session, you'll be able to recognize the benefits of mindfulness practices for students, teachers, and the classroom as a whole, discover practical ways to implement mindfulness in the classroom, as well as explore the different resources that we have to support your classroom mindfulness practices. Take a moment to read this quote. This quote reminds us of the importance of mindfulness and how the practice isn't just helpful in the classroom, but basically in all areas of our lives. When you think about mindfulness, several things might come to mind, from yoga to deep breathing to simply taking a moment to relax. Mindfulness as a whole, however, goes beyond these individual practices. It's a much deeper and more comprehensive approach to being present, aware, and intentional in each moment. The goal of mindfulness is to the goal of mindfulness is to cultivate a sense of calm, focus, and emotional balance, which enables us to notice our thoughts and feelings without any judgment and respond to situations with clarity and compassion, rather than impulsivity or stress. I know that's kind of hard, especially now that the winter break is coming, the kids are hyped, and we're almost going into 2026. When practiced intentionally, mindfulness can transform the classroom environment for the better. It supports students in managing overwhelming emotions, improving focus, and developing empathy for themselves and others. All skills that contribute to a calm, connected, and positive learning environment. Mindfulness matters. And these are some benefits that we're going to discuss or just talk about for students. For one, it encourages a greater sense of calm and confidence. It enhances focus and academic engagement, builds emotional awareness and self-regulation, fosters greater resilience in the face of challenges. So, of course, there's so much research out there to back the benefits of mindfulness. For students, mindfulness is considered a powerful tool that helps them navigate academic, social, and personal stressors that they may face. When students understand that they have reliable tools to navigate stress, they can show up each day with confidence, ready to focus and engage in learning. Of course, every teacher's dream, as well as every parent's, as well as every student do. With regular practice, mindfulness also helps individuals build emotional awareness and self-regulation skills, strengthening their resilience in the face of challenges. Take a moment to read over how mindfulness matters and benefits teachers. It helps manage stress and prevent burnout, improves empathy, patience, and responsiveness to student needs. It also encourages intentional decision making for teachers, as well as fostering a personal well-being and emotional balance. Mindfulness is for everyone at every age and stage of life. For educators, mindfulness can be a particularly effective way to manage stress related to work and personal life, thereby reducing the risk of burnout. It's a way to fill your bucket so you can continue to do the amazing job of filling the buckets of so many others. In the classroom, mindfulness can help you approach students with patience and empathy and demonstrate responsiveness to their needs. When you build in mindful moments, they can also provide the pause and clarity needed to approach decision making thoughtfully. Lastly, mindfulness supports personal well-being and emotional balance. The benefits that extend far beyond the classroom. And lastly, here are some benefits for the classroom. It creates a more focused and calmer learning environment. Mindfulness encourages respectful communication, reduces conflicts and disruptions through emotional awareness, and cultivates a culture of awareness, compassion, and self-control. So as you and your students discover and practice mindfulness tools that work best for you, you may begin to notice a positive shift in your classroom culture just as a whole. Some benefits you might notice may include a calmer, more focused learning environment, more respectful communication, increased emotional awareness among students to help prevent conflicts before they arise, and just an overall culture of awareness, compassion, and self-control. Take a moment and looking at the benefits on the slide, which one of these benefits best resonates with you and your classroom? Take a minute and just drop your answers in the chat. All right, we have culture of awareness, a calmer learning environment, cultivating a culture of awareness, cultivate self-control. Emotional awareness, middle schoolers are in need of some. Yes, can we all agree? So you guys really gave some really good answers. Thank you all for sharing.
So now that you've talked a little bit about some of the benefits for teachers and in the classroom, we want to talk about some of the many ways that you can incorporate mindfulness into the classroom that are going to be flexible for your schedule to meet the varying needs and abilities that show up each day in your classroom. We're going to take a closer look at the 4 ways displayed on the screen that you can integrate and practice mindfulness in the classroom with tangible strategies that help you to implement right away. So those practices include starting the day with a mindful moment, integrating mindfulness throughout the day, teaching and modeling self-regulation skills, as well as closing out with reflection and gratitude. How you start the day really sets the tone for everything that follows. So when your students come into your classroom, they're coming from a variety of experiences. Some of them are going to be energized and high energy. Some might be distracted. Some might have low energy and come in with stress that they're carrying, or some still might be waking up for the day. Beginning the day with a brief, mindful moment helps the students to come together and have a shared sense of calm that really sets the tone for the day and helps them to have a readiness to learn and engage in the work that you have in store for them. So, whether you have a gentle movement or guided meditation, a deep breathing practice you want students to engage in, or a visualization activity, you can think about how these practices present an opportunity for students to pause, settle their minds, and then reconnect with themselves before they engage in the work and the learning for the day. This small, intentional moment really helps to ground them in clarity, focus, and positivity, creating a calming environment and the conditions for learning to take place, while also setting the stage for the entire class to be successful for the day. So feel free to take a photo of the activities on the screen as a reference as we continue to go through a few other strategies you might add to your repertoire. As we move beyond setting the stage for the day, and moving through that, we also want to think about how you can integrate mindfulness throughout the day. Thinking about those transitions before you have tests or assessments, if you see tense or stressful moments starting to arise throughout the day or conflict, these are those intentional moments that you can integrate pauses throughout the day. By integrating those intentional pauses into the rhythm of the day, you are providing students with consistent opportunities to reset and to return to their learning in a calm way that helps them to have a focused mind. As a class, sometimes you know that energy might shift, especially during this time of the day. And if you notice that energy shift or that the attention is slipping away from what you're trying to do, this might be the perfect opportunity for you to pause as a class and take a brief, mindful moment. That might mean engaging students in a few deep breaths, standing up to stretch, or integrating a quick mindfulness activity that can really shift the collective energy in the classroom and bring everybody back into a state of readiness before you continue with the content that you're teaching for the day. You can also think about how you can empower your students with the autonomy to use mindfulness on their own or independently. Whether that's stepping into the hallway for a quick breathing break, you might have a calming corner in the classroom so the students can learn to recognize when they need to take a moment or they need a breather, and also recognizing how to do that in a way that's not disruptive to the classroom, but helps to get their learning back on track. When students know that they have both the tools and permission to practice mindfulness as they need to, they move throughout the day with greater confidence, self-awareness, and emotional balance. And you can see on the screen just a few ideas and a few ways that you can integrate that mindfulness throughout the day. That some of those examples I shared and others you might be able to grab that screenshot and see how you can integrate this into your classroom with ease. When we also think about those mindfulness strategies, the third area was thinking about teaching and modeling self-regulation skills. You can teach these to really help students to identify their emotions, recognize cues from their bodies, and independently use mindfulness strategies to manage their stress and maintain focus in the classroom. Self-regulation is not something that is innate and comes naturally to everyone, but it is a skill that can be taught, practiced, and strengthened at any age. Fly 5 really helps to support the development by explicitly teaching the competency of self-control and through our mindfulness program, the Mindful Student. Together, Fly 5 and the Mindful Student offer structured, developmentally appropriate opportunities for students to build their self-regulation skills over time. So it's not something they have to master all at once, but it is something that as they grow, it really empowers them to navigate challenges with more confidence throughout their lives in an academic setting, but also in the day-to-day. At the end of this webinar, we will be sharing some free mindfulness tools you can use to help get this work started right away, implementing it in your classroom, and giving students something that they can enjoy as well.
Here we have even more mindfulness strategies. We have a think, pair, share. Take a moment to read, or you all can take a picture of the screen, a gratitude circle, as well as a mindful minute. When we consider the think, pair, share, this is really to help students have a positive moment from the day with a partner, then they can share it with the classroom. In regards to a gratitude circle, you can invite students to go around and say one thing they appreciate about school, their classmates, or themselves. I actually did that before in the classroom, and the kids really did enjoy it. Another strategy would be considered the mindful minute. Just taking a short pause where students close their eyes, take deep breaths, and silently reflect on something positive from the day. As students focus and energy wane at the end of the day, you can use these different strategies to lift up students' ideas and their thoughts as they begin to end their day. These simple routines, they do reinforce awareness and empathy right before students leave the classroom. It also helps to cultivate an attitude of acceptance and optimism, where you have an opportunity to remind students that, hey, no matter what happened or how the day felt or how it even may be ending, they can recenter and end on a positive note, setting themselves up to return the next day with confidence. This practice also supports students as they transition into the rest of their day. So you all don't have to wait until the end of the day to do these several mindfulness strategies. You all can also thread them throughout your school day. So be it whether heading to sports or a club or home, just helping students show up with the self-confidence, self-control, empathy, and a grounded mindset is what really gets them started. So Fly 5 and Responsive Classroom, we both programs support the development of self-regulation skills. Responsive Classrooms helps educators and school leaders set the conditions for this learning to happen, while Fly 5 provides the curriculum that allows students to explore, practice, and build developmentally appropriate skills such as self-control, self-regulation, and empathy. The Mindful Student Fly 5 mindfulness lessons were also specifically created to guide students in the practice and application of mindfulness strategies. You guys can, if you have your phone available, you can scan the QR code to learn more about the Fly 5 introductory pilot program, something that Courtney mentioned in the beginning or throughout the webinar. And if you guys are on your computer and you have an opportunity, you all can, oh, you can't click this link. I don't think so. To visit Responsive Classroom and Fly 5 to learn more. But we'll also be sending you guys out, um, we'll be sending out an email with links and which strategies added. And I'm not sure, Kristen is probably dropping links right now as I'm speaking.
Yes, I
Um,
am.
Thank you, Kristen. Really appreciate it. One thing that we do have, I'm sorry, Courtney. I'm still on the same slide. I'm sorry. But one thing that we do have the Mindful Student. This is where you can go online, I believe, and listen to several recordings and also complete several downloadables either after or during some of these mindfulness practices. It's all yours, Courtney.
So, if you've heard a lot of what Angel shared and you're ready to kind of get started today, mindfulness is something that you can very easily bring into your classroom right away. And we have a few free tools that can help you to get started with that. So, we offer two free mindfulness libraries, the Mindful Monday and the Mini Mindful Monday, each containing guided meditations for teachers and for students. You can use the QR codes on the screen, and Kristen's also going to drop the link in the chat so that you can access those. You can see an image of what those will look like on the screen. And we already have those ready to use downloadables available for you to use in your classroom, to share with any peers that you might think would enjoy them as well for K2, 3, 5, 6, 8. And we also have it available for teachers.
Courtney, before you leave, I would like to add, um, I just want to just clarify, Courtney did point it out, but I do want to add that the Mindful Mondays is really for adults. It's really adult facing. It's something that you guys can quickly listen to, like Courtney stated, before you start your day, maybe driving to work, maybe before the bell rings, maybe before you even open your door to let your students in. In regards to the mini, that's why we call it mini. So the mini Mindful Mondays, it's really for the students. This is student facing. And it's really purposeful for the students to have an opportunity to think about their thoughts, how to become more self-aware, and how to really regulate their emotions so that as they work throughout their school day, it can be as calm and peaceful as possible.
Thank you for adding that, Angel.
No problem.
We are so appreciative for you all taking the time to join us today. We know that time is something you don't get back, and so we thank you for joining us today. While this was the final installation of our Calm and Connected Classroom series, we definitely look forward to sharing more resources, tools, and guidance with you in the future. Feel free to follow us on Instagram and Facebook to stay connected and be the first to know about our upcoming webinars, events, and offerings. Those are listed on the screen. If you're not hopping over to Instagram and Facebook now, you can definitely grab a screenshot, and we would love for you to follow us and get some of the goodies that we have and we'll be sharing with you.
That's excellent. Really great resources. Thank you, Courtney and Angel. And someone's already checked out the K2 mindfulness journal. So definitely use those with your students. It's a great time of year to put mindfulness into your classroom. The final link I'm going to share is a preview page all about the new Fly 5 digital curriculum coming. So Fly 5 is getting into a new era and being all redesigned by the two amazing speakers we had here tonight and a big team behind them. And we're going to go digital. So the K-8 curriculum will have tons of digital tools, make it really easy for the teacher to use. And then we're going to launch a high school toolkit. So we're really excited. Mindfulness is a huge part of the Fly 5 curriculum. And we're so excited. So visit our landing page. You can sign up to be the first to know when it launches. And thank you everyone for joining us. We know it's a busy time. You're all over the world and you took time to join us and we really appreciate it. So happy holidays, happy new year to everyone and take care. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.